Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are here. We are here. We are live. It's your boy Wild Carmar in the building. Detroit Mel in the building.
What up, dope?
And then, of course, the big homie Nick Sean. He'll join us in just a minute. But man, what a pleasure!
His butt hair plugged.
Yeah,
He getting it scraped and braided.
He
getting the Brazilian wax.
Yo, chill, bro. Bro, you gotta chill, bro.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, you gotta chill, bro. As you can tell, it's Thursday. As you can tell, Detroit Mel's up to his normal shenanigans. Man, good to see you, bro. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Good. What's up with you, bro?
Man, you know me, losing sleep. I be trying to tell that new baby, like, man, take your ass to sleep, dog. Like,
crying for?
What you
ain't gotta pay no bills, nigga. What you crying for?
And what I'm mad at is that, man, I ain't been able to suck on the titty, but this joker get to suck on all the titties.
You know what I'm saying? Stop hogging the titty.
Hogging the titty.
Hey man, she got two. Nigga, you suck on one, she suck on the other. You got how to multitask. Like.
I can't with you, dog. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to another episode of I.O.W. Sports. If we happen to make it past today's show without getting canceled, I mean, it'll be great.
It'll be Nick's fault.
It'd be whose fault?
Nick.
Whose fault again?
Right on time. This motherfucker right here.
Oh my gosh. I was going to say more your fault if we get canceled.
Hello, Nicholas.
If you want to roll with that, then so be it.
Hi guys. How's everyone doing today?
Wonderful. How you doing, bro?
You don't have to answer me. I really don't give a shit. I was just being polite.
Oh, shit. That's the Nick I'm used to.
Yeah, that is
what are you rocking? A Ron Mexico jersey?
Yes. So
that's 2 days in a row. I referenced Ron Mexico.
We'll talk about that squad that he's wearing because they in the news for other situations. So we'll talk about his Wolverine.
You talking about the Patriots?
No, we'll talk about your Wolverines.
Oh yeah.
How about this dude?
Oh, yeah. Mr. Rogers. Oh wow.
Mr. Rogers.
That's a dope shirt though. You can hate all you want on me and him and my team. You got to admit that's a dope shirt.
No, right. Just because it is you and your team, I hate it too.
Right.
That tells me it is dope, but you do not want to give me credit, and I know it. Thank you.
I gotta stay consistent.
I feel the love right now more than I ever have for you,
bro. We're being consistent.
Gotta stay consistent, sir.
Hey, first of all,
way, buddy. I want it no other way with you. How you guys doing?
If we start giving you compliments, something's fucking wrong. All right.
Yeah. The internet, bro. The internet went down.
I'm being kidnapped, and that's my message. Try to let you know. Yes, Nick, you are the greatest. That means call the police. They need to kidnap me.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. If we start giving you compliments, you better call the motherfucking police. Somebody got a
daggone Patty Hearst situation here.
Hey, for real. Somebody
can call the police on Mel. They might find what's in the basement. John Wayne Gacy 2.0.
Hey, Mel is the only person that you can't call. He can't call the police because they'll end up charging his ass for the shit that they're in his place.
Mel will be laying on the ground, be like, "Help! My heart stopped." Like, we're sending help right now. Like, oh wait, never mind.
Sir, we heard a woman scream help in your back room, and
that's nothing.
Nah, man, pleasant to be here. The whole gang is in the building.
My theme song.
Hey. What? What are we doing?
Yo, hold up. 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. Breaking news as always. Joe Burrow carted off the field to practice holding his calf.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Season all over again.
Nah, you said his rookie season all over again. No, hopefully not. But no, we'll definitely have we got a big amount of NFL talk to get to. We'll definitely get to that.
It might be Achilles. I'm sorry. It might be Achilles for Joe Burrow.
Hey, if that's the case, we'll see. Just keep your eye on that, Nick.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. It's popping in as you're talking. I apologize.
No, trust me, it's good. I think we're used to getting breaking news on our shows at 4:00, so we're kind of comfortable with it. So
we break news as ligaments break and snap. It's what we do.
So yeah, Nick, just keep your eyes on it. If we're in the middle of conversation and there's something really important about Joe Burrow, please just cut whoever the hell is talking off and drop the news. So we'll keep Nick keep an eye on that. So like I said, a lot of NFL news to talk about, some NBA news to tap into for a little bit, some NCAA news to talk about as well. Some Major League Baseball trade deadline is coming. It's getting real close to August 1st. So there's some trades happening, some trades that won't happen. We'll discuss that. But this is where I want to start.
All right.
So our women, for U.S. women's national soccer team, I adore them. I love them. I love what they've been doing since, big majority of my life. They've been winning since 99. All right. I adore them. Now, but here's the thing. So obviously they're ranked number 1 in the world. There's a lot of hoopla going into this World Cup about them. They're the prohibitive favorite. A lot of people are putting money on them to win. And I don't know how y'all feel, but what I've been seeing from the ladies in the first 2 games of this World Cup, I see a lot of great talent, but I see a lot of frustration at the same time when you watch them, because they have had many of opportunities. I know they won against Vietnam, but they only scored 3 goals. And if you had watched the game, man, they had so many scoring opportunities in that game, and they just didn't put them in the back of the net. And I think what they did is they kind of see what we do with the Golden State Warriors in the NBA, as in they have so much talent, they know how good they are, but they do the light switch effect, and then they turn it on and turn it off when they want to. And that's what I feel like I'm watching right now with the women, is like they're playing the light switch effect. They know they can turn it on, but they don't turn it on from the beginning, and then they turn it off when it matters sometimes, and it's crazy. So yesterday's game against the Netherlands, which is a better opponent than Vietnam, and Netherlands is ranked in the top 10 as well, so they're a good opponent. Netherlands took it to them in the first half, scored first, went into the halftime 1-0. And it took literally some turning the light switch on for them to get right in the second half, took care of business, but they ended up drawing. And so when we had the conversation last week, and I was like, is it, win or bust for the U.S. women's national soccer team? We get different opinions. I think it's win or bust, because to me, it's a failure if they don't win. They're going for a 3-peat, in my opinion. So kind of start right there, Detroit Mel. Is it still win the World Cup or bust? Is it a losing occurrence if they don't win it?
I think it depends on how far they go. I mean, you 1, 2, a 3-peat would be nice. 3-peat is something you like to see, especially as you go in as the favorite. Yeah. But if they make it all, for deep into the tournament, I mean, I can't say it's a losing season. It'd be disappointing, but I won't say it's a losing season. Plus, fuck soccer. But anyway, go
ahead. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I mean, it's like, they kind of set that expectations for us because they've been doing a lot of winning. So my thing is, it's either win or don't. To me, it's either.
But... Go ahead.
I mean, no, I'm just saying, like, win the damn thing. Like, I think what they're doing is they're playing with their food, and we've seen teams do it. We saw the Celtics do it in the playoffs last year. We saw the Warriors do it on consistent basis where, yeah, we know we're good, but we ain't got to worry about having the light switch turned on or being at the tip-top shape the whole time, playing at our best the whole time. And I think it bit them in the butt yesterday against Netherlands.
Right.
And then what it does, it leaves the door open for Portugal, which you have to face on Tuesday. And you're not guaranteed to get out the group now because you didn't take care of business yesterday. You were the better team. They were the better team. They should have won that game. And they should have won it. I'm not saying handedly, but the same things that I was talking about, that they were playing with their food against Vietnam. You saw them doing it. It's the same thing against a good team, Netherlands, and you saw that they were better. Like, I think they're opening themselves up for disappointment by not handling business and playing at full force at all times and up to their capabilities at all times. Big homie Nick, Shine, jump in here, man. What are your thoughts and feelings on the U.S. women's national soccer team and kind of, coming up to a very disappointing draw yesterday?
Oh, you got that look on his face. And
I don't know.
Thank you, Nick.
I'm going to be honest. I'm not even trying to speak on it. I don't follow it. I barely follow soccer. I'll follow the men's tournament, but I can't speak on the women's tournament at all. I'm not even going to try to pretend to or be fake about it, to be completely honest with you. That's no disrespect. It's just not my cup of tea. I know they've won. I know they're a powerhouse, but I mean, I'll defer to you on it. I can't add anything that you didn't say. I can't.
No, I get it.
We agree with you, Lamar.
No, I'm saying you're Jets fans. You don't like winners. I get it.
Oh, not the dig.
Anyway, Alex Morgan and the ladies said it, please. Let's take a listen to what they said.
That second half in itself, there was such a momentum shift. I think we're a little disappointed with how we came out in the first half and kind of the pressure that we were under. But the second half, everything changed for us. We kept pressing them. We kept going. So many opportunities came with that, and our team just played more like a team.
Once we got that goal, we knew it was coming. We knew it was inevitable, and not to get the second one, it's, I think, a bit unlucky. We played in their half almost the entire second half. I don't even think they had really dangerous opportunities in the second half. So just to see us come into locker room, regroup, and come out in the second half and put on that display, I'm really proud of the group. But yeah, we're not happy if we're not getting the win. Obviously, it puts the first place of the group just up for grabs now, and so we have to close the job when we play against Portugal in a few days.
Obviously, we'll take the point. We know Netherlands is a really good side. We knew it was going to be a battle for sure, but I think especially with the second half we're a little disappointed that I don't think we put 1, 2, 3 in the net.
Yeah, I mean that quite sums it up, ladies. The fact of the matter is they know exactly, pretty much the severity of not, playing at 100 miles per hour or at tip-top shape, full tilt. I mean, you heard it in their words. They're disappointed. Yeah, you got the draw to take the points, but they knew they were a better team. They knew it. You heard them say, "Oh man, they had no threats in the second half." Okay, well, make sure you take that performance and you put it in the first half. Don't get behind the ball.
Right.
Stop trying to be cute. That's really what I'm trying to get at. Stop trying to be cute and handle the business, because now you've left the door open for Portugal and you left yourself open to not advance to the knockout round. It's a possibility that they won't get out to the knockout round.
How is Portugal? I'm just going to ask. I'll interview you because I don't know the answer, so I'll ask them. How is Portugal?
Portugal is a top
pretty
30.
Nice country. They got good food.
Yeah, good food, beautiful women.
Beautiful women.
But no, in soccer, they're a top 30 team in the world. Obviously, USA is number 1.
So they should roll them then, right? Like Netherlands, you said top 10, but a top 30, USA should roll if they're number 1, right?
Should.
Okay.
But I'm saying we see sports be sporting all the time.
Right.
Is this win and they're in?
If I think if they can't lose, even if they draw, it leaves it up to Netherlands in point differential against Vietnam to determine who comes
top
out.
Top 2 advance, right? It's just like the men's top 2.
Yeah, same thing. But the problem
what
is
what happened with
now go ahead.
The standings. Are they in first now? Are they tied with Netherlands?
They're tied with Netherlands. The only thing.
What about the other two? The other two have both lost.
They're tied with Netherlands. Matter of fact, I think right now it's a 3-way tie between Netherlands, Portugal, and USA. And USA versus Portugal on Tuesday. Netherlands versus Vietnam. Vietnam is already eliminated. The only thing that's separating the three right now between USA, Netherlands, and Portugal is the goal differential. So it still leaves a lot on the table for USA and Netherlands and Portugal. So if Portugal wins, they can possibly get through. It all comes down to goal differential. They have a +2 advantage on the goal differential. So more than likely USA is going to get through. But what I'm saying is, because they didn't finish the job yesterday, they're not a guarantee. And when you're the number 1 ranked team and the favorite of a lot of people to go through, to me that was a huge letdown. You know,
I agree.
For me, it was a letdown because you didn't handle business. And
I agree. Well, okay, I didn't even cut you. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I agree, but I'll say this: if they take care of it from here on, you forget all about the Netherlands.
Oh, of course.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just real about them just using this as a learning tool. Say, okay, we can't play sloppy in the first half, you know, and not take advantage of opportunities that we get, and go out here and do what we need to do on every single game for a whole amount of time that we play, you know, playing the game. And then that way, you know, they use that as a catalyst to boost them on up into the rest of the tournament. We forget all about this game.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the most important thing, as long as they learn from it.
I agree with you 100%.
Real quick, Zach Taylor, the Bengals coach, came out, it's just a calf. Might be a calf strain, but I sent you guys the video.
Yeah, I saw it.
He limped like that was like Achilles, right? Like he picked that leg up and didn't want to put it down.
It's like it was a calf. It's not like it was a calf cramp or something like that, or a strain. You should be able to still put a little pressure on it.
Yeah, for those who don't know what we're talking about, big homie Nick Shine got a quick text or alert that Joe Burrow left practice, left training camp. So we're going to continue to keep eyes on that situation and keep updating throughout the show because we get news all the time on a 4:00 show. But no, I agree with you, though, Detroit Mel. It'll be a forgotten thing once they get through. And even if they go as far as they go, that game will be a game of the past. It's just handle business. Can't leave your future in this tournament up to scenarios. Don't leave it up to scenarios.
Right.
Handle business. You're the favorite. You're the number 1 ranked team in the country. Handle the business. You can't keep hitting the light switch. Can't keep hitting
number 1 ranked team in the world, not the number 1 ranked team in the country.
Yeah, country, world, whatever.
They are the only team in the country. They're the national team. Unless they're playing the 15-year-old boys outside of Dallas, then that's a different story. My hate shows no bounds, brother. I will hate on our own damn country if I have to.
Hey, hate on. I'm just saying, hey, they're giving us something to cheer for more than the men's national team. So
yeah, the men suck.
Yeah, man. Bro, I'm telling you, bro.
Every year they try to get your expectations up, and every year
they drop.
They disappoint. They find a new way to make you disappoint you. I'm like, come on, bro. I don't even follow soccer. Y'all disappoint me.
I'm gonna tell you right now how we make the U.S. men's national team better.
How?
Keep Joe Biden in office, and we don't close the borders. Let them all in. We got a soccer team to build, boys.
I'm gonna move this train.
We're gonna move past that one.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not funny. My best friend's a Mexican.
Nope. Baseball. All right.
You're the fastest one here. We got a tryout for you. Let's go. Hop in the truck.
There's a trade deadline coming up.
Next topic.
There's a trade deadline coming up.
All the shit we say, and that's too far.
Hey, trust.
I love it. I finally found the line to cross.
What are you talking about? Every line, every show has been crossed on this show.
Man, you can be careful,
more likely between you two. So
no, you two.
Well, I had to set the bar high right away, Mel. Now it's your turn. And if you haven't seen my name yet, It's Big Nick, hater of Mel.
I can't. It's so small. I haven't blown up.
That's what she said. All right, moving on.
You just can't read, old man. It's okay. Your eyes just hurt.
Oh yeah, I see it now.
Now you see it. Now you see it.
I had to make the screen bigger. No, mine is small.
He had to bring the phone up and camera and zoom in. I ain't gonna lie, I've done it reading some medicine, Mel, so I understand. They give you a bottle of medicine, and then they're like, "Oh, you're old. You need this medicine. We're gonna make it so you can't read it."
I can't.
I don't read
not
no.
take this
I don't read
medicine
pill
with
bottles. I
water.
just drop them in
I didn't
drinks.
see those words.
Hey, yeah, that's why we got to keep moving. That's exactly why we got to keep moving on. So Major League Baseball, man.
What's up, MJ?
What's good, MJ? Jersey boy MJ in the building. So we got a trade deadline coming up,
Mm-hmm.
and I was looking for the Yankees to make some moves, but I do see the Yankees are going to probably activate your boy All Rise tomorrow. Aaron Judge probably coming back tomorrow, more than at least this weekend. So there's news right there for all you Yankees fans. That'll be great to see. But here's the biggest thing that I saw with Major League Baseball with the trade deadline coming up. The Angels have removed Ohtani off the trade block. So we know that he was on there. We know that teams had acquired and tried to see the interest in what it would take to acquire him. So they move him off. So there's a few things that I got from what that tells me. Big homie Nick Sean, what does that tell you, the fact that the Angels moved Ohtani off the trade block? What does that speak to you?
They're saying to the rest of the league, up your offer, bitches. You ain't taking us seriously. We're not taking you seriously. Step your game up. Come correct or don't come at all. That's what she said.
No.
What else does it mean, right? If they got an offer they like, he'd be moved.
No, fair assessment.
If they had an offer they'd like, they'd say, hey, we got this. Come top it.
Yeah.
Right now, it's just saying, all right. But what are you going to do? You're gonna give up multiple top 100 prospects for a rental?
At least for the last couple of months.
I mean, as great as he is, as of right now, it's a rental.
Yeah, you're right.
I can't give up all of these pieces and hope I sign them in a few months.
Yeah,
I can't do it. That's just me.
You're right.
Would I like him? Yes, but I can't go ballistic with an offer, and that's for any team. I'm just not speaking as a Yankee fan. Any team would want to add him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Matt. We know, Matt. How many guys in baseball have over 30 home runs and hit over 300? The list is probably not long. This is not 1999.
And speaking of which, he threw a gem today. As much as I hate to admit it, he threw a gem today.
Did he?
Against the White Sox. Albeit it's the White Sox. What? No, the Tigers. The Tigers. That's who he threw it against.
Tigers, man.
Yeah, the Tigers. Albeit the Tigers, he threw a gem. Right. So I'm not gonna, I like your thought process there, Nick. Because that's kind of what I was thinking as well. But jump in here, Detroit Mel. What is the Angels taking Ohtani off the trade block? What does that mean to you?
I'm kind of agreeing with something what Nick's saying. I think that at the Angels organization in general, man, to me is like you need to blow that team up anyway. You didn't have Tiny, you didn't have Trout on there, and you ain't won shit. Then you got what's my man name? They ain't played since he been there.
Rendon.
Yeah, Rendon. You know what I'm saying? He just sitting in the dugout chilling. He ain't playing.
Getting an argument with Oakland Athletic fans.
You know what I'm saying? What you arguing for? You ain't playing.
What, both of them?
Well, they called him a bitch, and he didn't like it.
I like that. That's old school trolling. I like that shit.
So yeah, my thing is, blow it up, get as many prospects you can, build your farm system up, start all over again. Yeah. You ain't doing nothing what you have. Why keep going to the same thing over and over again to come up short over and over again?
Yeah. Hey, I understand.
And then you wait till the last minute where nobody wants nothing you have, or you are rarely get anything for it.
Yeah,
I know. I always say I'm a firm believer in trade while somebody want it. You know what I'm saying? So
you're gonna get nothing in return.
What, for Ohtani?
If you keep him and he goes in free agency, you're not gonna get anything in return.
Yeah.
Oh no, I agree. And
we said that.
Yeah, we covered that. The coach already came out and said it's a calf strain. It looks like it's not an Achilles.
So far.
That comment before it though has got my blood boiling a little bit.
Oh, let me see. What I didn't even see that one say.
The guy is a 20-something DH.
And if Judge was a DH, we wouldn't have been without him for the last month and a half, and we wouldn't be near last place. Judge got hurt playing the field, so you could say what you want about him not playing the field, but he's healthy and in the lineup every damn day because he's not getting hurt in the field. He's not running into a wall. He's not straining a hamstring. He's not getting hurt because he's on the bench and he's just hitting and pitching.
Now, let me ask you this. Nick. Now, do you look at your general manager and say, where do we go to avoid having Judge play the field so much? You know?
Oh, I think you're definitely going to see him DH a bunch when he comes back. You know, you see what this lineup is. The last 10 days, the Yankees team is hitting 210.
Yeah.
You can't win baseball games hitting 210 and have 6 home runs in the last 10 games, and you're hitting 210. You need guys who can hit. If you got to sit on the bench and not play the field to make sure they can get at bats, I'm fine with it. Protect your assets. That's the most important thing in sports.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge running to a wall in LA derailed our season. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can't argue it. He ran into a fucking wall and fucked up his toe. You let fucking guys making $500,000 run into walls. You don't let the MVP risk himself in a stadium with the shitty fence like that out in the outfield. I'm not saying full-time DH, but in a place like that where you have that out in right field, I thought it was a poor job by the Yankees protecting their best asset, and it blew up in their face, and it blew up their season.
Fair assessment.
That's my take. I know Matt won't agree. He's going to say he's a Gold Glove outfielder. I get it. He's Gold Glover. I'd rather have the MVP bat than the Gold Glove because you're going to get more runs than you're going to take away.
That's
point. Me. Fair point. Especially with the team putrid at the plate. You can't watch them. I would take the under on hits every fucking game that this Yankee lineup puts out there. People are saying Volpe's untouchable. Fucking hitting 190. Untouchable. Or I think he went on a hot streak. I think he got up to 207 last week. I don't know what he's at since because I haven't watched. It's just that bad to watch. It's a bad team with a lot of poor talent. It's amazing this team's over 500. I'm sorry. It's amazing this team's over 500.
No, I mean, and
I don't even know if they still are, to be honest with you.
No, they are. 54 and 48. They're still 2.5 back in the wild card chase. So
which is fucking insane.
Yeah, it's insane. But I think what was working against the Yankees, obviously, you look at your division, tough as hell.
Yeah, tough division.
Every team is above 500 in that division, and that's including the Red Sox. Your hated rival has your number this year. They pretty much got a
everybody got their number this year.
Well, I mean, but just in general, I mean, you're not better than the Blue Jays. You're not better than the Rays, and you're not better than the Orioles. Your division, it's tough to even climb out of that own division. To be honest, so I think there's a lot of hurdles for the Yankees to deal with. But to speak back to Ohtani, I know we got to that comment about being a 20-year-old DH. Here's my thing with Ohtani and what it told me on why the Angels took him off the trade block. Mm-hmm. So one, they went and got Giolito from the White Sox, and then they made a couple of other trades. So they got a couple of pieces. They're 3.5 back in the wild card.
Right.
So what they're telling me is that they're actually going to try to attempt to make it to the playoffs for the first time in a long ass time. So that's what they're telling me. They're making an attempt. All right.
Yeah, but that's dumb because like, go ahead. I ain't even cut you.
No, go ahead.
So I think it's dumb. So if you get to the playoffs and you get out in the first round, what have you gained? Just somebody that's recognized. Oh, you finally made it to the playoffs. That ain't shit. That ain't shit.
Trout out for the season?
Is Trout
for an extended amount of time?
Trout, he's actually supposed to come back sooner rather than later. Last time I heard, he's still dealing with the. I can't remember.
I know he got hurt, right? Another guy who constantly gets hurt playing the field, right? I don't know if he gets hurt in the field, but he plays the game so hard. These guys are so muscular; they're not built to. I say it all the time. They're not built for the marathon that is Major League Baseball. They're too big. They're too muscular. And when you're big and muscular like that, you're more susceptible to strains and pulling muscles. And you see Stanton and Judge. Last year, Judge stayed healthy the whole year. But you see these guys, these big Herculean guys. Gary Sanchez was a big muscular guy too. Couldn't stay healthy.
Yeah.
They're built like football players, but you know what? Football players play once a week.
Yeah. You're playing 162
it's very
games.
frustrating to see putting a football lineup out there when you see guys like Ichiro who are durable, who play all the time because they have no muscle to them.
Right.
Yeah. And you're looking at Mike Trout. He's on the 10-day IL list. And that was
he's been there for a while, right?
Well, because a lot of moves that they do,
it renews every 10 days.
Is that they keep throwing him on there every 10 days and they're hoping that he can come off within that time frame instead of putting him on the 60-day IL. Because once you go on the 60-day, you're stuck there and you can't get off at all. So they're playing the hey, let's see how well you are. You keep because they're going to keep throwing him on the 10-day IL list, just hoping that he can probably come back within that time frame instead of just putting him on the 60-day and you won't have him for 60 days. So it's a game of chess. That's all they're doing. It's totally up to the team's discretion what injury list you want to put them on. But that's just some of the things that they play. Me personally, I think he's hurt more than what they're leading on to, because that's why they keep taking him on and off the 10-day IL list. But to me, I'm with you, Mel, on this retrospect. We haven't seen Mike Trout barely, as an Angel, has seen the playoffs.
Right.
Last time I remember him being in the playoffs was 2014 and got swept by the Royals.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're almost talking about 10 years since the last time we seen Mike Trout in the playoffs. Ohtani.
Hold up. Shout out to Wild Card Mark for getting the Royals plug in on the show. Good job, bro.
I was gonna let that one slide. I was gonna let it slide.
And I only know this because
that's our World Series for this year. We're so close to 100 game losing season.
We won in 15.
No, but I'm saying
you did in 14 too.
Yeah, we went back to back. But what I'm saying is me mentioning the Royals on our show is equivalent to our World Series this year because we're god awful. But
we see tumbleweed roll through Mel's fire more than we hear you mention the Royals. So it's very rare.
On some real shit, it's literally a race to who's going to have the worst record between the A's and the Royals. So it's a race. But my thing is that I agree with you on that, Mel. Is that you make these trades for these certain players that might help you for the next couple of months, August and September.
Mm-hmm.
You're still struggling to even get at the top of the wild card standings. You're not going to get to the top of the standings. You're not moving past Astros. You're not moving past Texas Rangers. Not in that division. They're better than you. They're far more better than you. That's just the point of the matter is. And so, but I'm looking at this two ways. So I understand why you take Ohtani off the trade block is because you make the trades. You say you want to compete and try to get into the playoffs. Cool. I understand that. But I'm with Nick on this one. You're going to give up a boatload to get Ohtani.
What's up, Ant?
What's up, Ant? I'm talking about you're going to give up the house to get Ohtani.
Right.
You're going to give up so much to acquire one guy, and I get it. He's a all-around guy. He's pitching, he's DHing, he's playing the field. You can use him for so many different things. But what you're going to give up to get him, to me, it sets back your franchise.
Well, it depends on what franchise you are. Like traditionally, the Yankees have done it a lot and was able to win with that formula. They don't really have a good farm system like a lot of other teams do. But they're able to use that formula.
Angels or Yankees? Who you referencing?
Yankees. You know what I'm saying? They're able to parlay that, get the players, and turn it into wins. True. So that formula has been working. So it depends on what team does it. It depends on what you have and what you're giving up. And if it works for you, fine. But my thing is more on the Angel side of the team that's trying to acquire Ohtani is you need to make a move and do something. Because the formula that you're using now is not working. It's
god awful.
What was that? 2015 or 14 since the last time they've been in the playoffs?
2014, Mike Trout was the last time he was in the playoffs, and that was his only appearance. Ohtani has been since he's been there, and he's been Anaheim since 2018. So
you got arguably the best two players in the game on your
healthy.
team.
Yes.
Yeah, we're healthy. Yeah, we're healthy. You can argue that.
Mm-hmm.
And you haven't won nothing with him. Nothing. They had brought up pitchers. They really develop them. So they needed to change the formula of what they doing
because it ain't working.
It ain't working.
Yeah, I feel you.
Or move the vase with the A's. I don't know what to tell you.
Move the vase with the A's. That'll work. Well, I will say this. I think it sucks that the market that they're in, because you're right outside LA. You know where you're going to tap into that market. The Dodgers own that baseball market. And let's be honest, with LA, the USC Trojans got probably a bigger market than the Angels do down there. I'm being serious. The Trojans probably got a bigger following in market down there. Then you also look at, the Giants aren't too far up the road, Northern California. They got a big baseball market. So you're literally sandwiched between two markets that, one, are big, two, they've won and won recently, and you're not winning enough and not even being in the conversation to even grab any of that market.
And I think that's the key though, right there, Lamar. Because I hear you about the market, but you think, look, the Giants and the A's shared the market for a long time, and both teams were popular in that area.
True.
So I think it's more about winning. You winning accomplishes a whole lot of stuff. It changes the scope of a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? If you win, you would get fans that will adore you and watch you play in your market and outside your market. You get bandwagon fans, especially with Trout and Ohtani. You can market those players.
Oh yeah.
So if you win,
just having Ohtani on your roster,
you're right. Him alone too.
It's just an instant selling point for a big demographic that watches baseball, which is
and
a
if
Japanese.
You win, that would draw more fans to what you're doing. So I hear you on the market, but the way California is set up, you know what I'm saying, you have room to have different teams, because California, if you're not in Southern California or in the Bay Area, it's mostly conservative, and you know what I'm saying. So it's a funny state. Let's just say that.
Yeah. And not to mention,
conservatives don't like baseball. What the hell was that?
No, I'm just saying the different demographics. That's all.
Different demographic. Yeah, it's
that's
totally
saying,
different. Not only that, I think we also got to throw in the caveat.
No, conservatives don't like nothing.
We also got to throw in the caveat.
It's too many foreigners in there. Conservatives don't like baseball.
We also got to throw in the caveat because you look at attendance for the Angels, and this is why I think he needs to get out of Anaheim. Even with him and Trout, they're not selling out games, bro. It's just not. Like it's pathetic on how the attendance is going on with the Angels. So that's why, hey man, if I'm Ohtani, I will find a way to get the hell up out of there. Real quick, and we'll move on. Answer this for me in a quick answer. Ohtani signs back with the Angels, yes or no? Detroit Mel.
Probably.
Yeah,
no. Probably. You don't think so? I think he will.
Signs back? No,
yeah.
I think he'll finish the year there. I think they're going to try to entice him with a playoff run. I think they're going to try to entice him with Trout coming back, and we're building something and stay here. But like you said, man, if you're not putting asses in the seats now, and with what he's been doing the last couple of years, how are you going to give him what people are saying are going to be a 10-year, 500? Somebody tweeted the other day, a Baseball Insider, that 10 years, $500 million might be the starting point for him.
And it sounds about right. Because you guys,
how are you going to do that if you're not selling out?
Well, I get what you're saying, and I agree with you, but look at what he brings demographic-wise, viewership-wise, and how you can market him. He can bring you the money. It's just not, they'll buy the jerseys, they'll buy the TV packages, but they're not coming to the stadium. And that's what's really happening with the Angels. So I don't think he comes back, but I just think for the Angels.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
What Matt's comment, Giants got money to spend. I agree. And they've had pretty good success in the Bay Area with fans. There's been a lot of excitement about another lefty in the past who could put them out into McCovey Cove.
That wouldn't be a bad market.
I think that's a team that would go ballistic. You open up a new demographic of fan.
a huge Asian demographic in San Francisco. Huge Asian demographic in San Francisco.
And then you still, the West Coast is much, besides from New York City, the West Coast is the large Asian contingency, right, in America.
Mm-hmm.
There's one in Chicago, so I can see either one of the Chicago teams making a pitch to sign for him. To me, it's only 3 markets: New York, California, and Chicago. Are the only 3 markets that make sense for Ohtani. And
I love that you made California, which is the equivalent of like 9 states on the East Coast, one market.
Hey man, they won. Was they 1/5 of our economy, bro?
It goes from like Boston, Massachusetts to like Georgia, and he's like, it's one market.
well, because really think
Besides
about
that whole conservative area that Mel pointed out earlier.
I mean, but let's look at it. New York, whether it's the Mets or the Yankees, there's a huge demographic of Asian demographic for him that will pull money.
Yeah.
If he goes to Boston, there's a huge Asian demographic in Boston that he can pull money to. All right, so that's still.
I just don't think they have the attendance, right? They don't have this. They don't have a stadium. They got a tiny ass little park.
I hear you.
I mean, you have. I think it's 33,000. I think it's 33,000 there. I mean, I'm not Mel. I'm not a size queen, but 33,000 in Boston, and you get 55 in New York. You take that 20,000 over 80 games. Look how much money you're not getting. Because you have a tiny ass little park that kids play in instead of a stadium where men play.
I was waiting.
I say it all the time. Fuck Boston.
I was waiting for it. I know. Hey, have your moment, bro. Have your moment. But no, I mean, it's an interesting conversation. But I will say this: from this point on, all the way up to spring training, the number one topic in Major League Baseball will be Ohtani, and then eventually how much he got paid for. That's going to be the number one topic in Major League Baseball. So let's move on because somebody has a shirt that we got to talk about. What was it? Wolverine.
We going to time machine back to 2021 to the Big Ten.
Yeah, he's trying to
back to back.
He's trying to make it feel good. He's trying to make it,
I can't see that.
No, sir.
What I say?
Rogers neighborhood.
What's that say?
I'm gonna make a joke about Mel not being able to read, but it'll come off as racist, so I'm gonna refrain.
Like everything you say.
Wait, so now I was about to say, so now we being modest. Now we
being all modest and kind.
Now we don't want to talk.
Then you gonna say I'm over here munching on watermelon.
Now we want to be modest. Okay. We're gonna watch what we say now. Okay. This fucking guy.
This guy.
Yeah, like this fucking guy. Like, look, I gotta be careful what I say now.
Right. Okay. Over here look like an unshaved pussy.
Hey man. I can't with y'all, bro.
But go ahead. What you saying?
No, so man, so what's up, man? How you feeling about your squad, man? Your coach might not be here for four games starting the season.
It's dumb, man.
What's going on?
It's not even a real sanction. I mean, he can practice with them, coach them, and then he just can't go to the games. And then it's 4 games that no one cares about.
Yeah, I saw that schedule.
I mean, outside of Rutgers, because I know people talking about.
Wait, what did I miss? Update me on this.
Oh yeah, Harbaugh facing a 4-game suspension for recruiting violations during COVID.
During COVID?
Yeah.
Why, he got within 6 feet? Oh, the fuck, these goddamn colleges. What'd he do? What's he accused of doing?
Well,
they're supposed to have I think if I'm not mistaken, they're supposed not to be able to recruit during the COVID time when they got shut down, and he was still recruiting. But here's my thing about and I don't care that it's Michigan, but here's my thing about the NCAA. They pick and choose who they want to apply things to, who they want to go after, and I'm under this impression whoever pisses them off, that's who they go after. Because to me it's like, you mean tell me he's the only one that was recruiting during this time? That's bullshit. You can't tell me. And I'm not defending Harbaugh. I'm just saying in general.
I agree with you. There's no way you can tell me.
No way you can tell me he's the only one that did that. Come on.
I'm with you.
No, come on. And then when you decide, oh, and here's the kicker: if you was really serious, why would you give him a punishment that says, oh, you can go to the practices, but you just can't go to the game. But as soon as the game is over, you can come to the practice. And then you suspend him. Are you really serious? Go ahead. Yeah, you gonna suspend him, right? And you gonna suspend him doing the Ohio State game. Suspend him doing the Michigan State game.
Now you know
the Penn State game.
I
mean, if you're really serious about it, suspend him during those times, and then he have no contact with the team at all. To me, that's just showing me serious. It's bullshit.
I just want to say that I am showing my love and appreciation for Black people and the culture by going back to the little fat kid who's now a college offensive lineman in D2 with the. Wait a minute! You can prep the team. You can practice the team.
Yes.
You can celebrate in the locker room with the team after the game.
Yep.
That's just basically saying you got limp dick. You could do everything with her, but fuck. What the hell is that?
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
What the fuck is that?
I didn't got a hot and ready for you. You know what I'm saying?
That's not a suspension.
No.
Not.
You want to make it more fun? Let him not be able to prep the team and then show up and try to coach.
That's what I'm saying.
That should be more exciting to watch.
Yeah.
But what, we didn't have a reason why they lost to Appalachian State again this year? Sorry, no.
That's all right. Trust me. I know Peter went to App State. That's all they bring up.
Don't bring up the Titanic and don't bring up Appalachian State to Mel.
but you're right, though. I mean, my thing is if you're not actually taking away his privilege to prep the team, practice with the team, then what are you really doing? So he's still installing his game plan. He's still installing what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
He's just having to, drop over the coaching duties to an assistant coach. That's all he's doing.
Right.
Works games.
Probably got a headset on, talking to him. So, which play you want to run?
But this
you know
is
what I'm saying?
but this is what Harbaugh said when he was asked about it.
J.J. McCarthy on a daily basis.
Sure. Now, you've obviously made it very clear you can't talk about the potential suspension because the NCAA has not issued it yet, and the NCAA infractions cases have significant rules. Mm-hmm. From an on-field perspective, there's some ambiguity. I'm just wondering how you attack that from a staff perspective going forward until there's clarity.
Yeah, what I've been told is can't talk about any aspect of the case.
That's what we're getting.
Harbaugh, and let me tell you something else. The motherfucker lied. and everybody know he lied, and the NCAA know he lied. And that's all they give. And that's all they give him. This is all they give him. That's bullshit. It's just bullshit. It's all smoke and mirrors. That's all it is. It's all smoke and mirrors.
So he's going to miss games against East Carolina.
What the hell is that?
Right. Hold on. Against who?
East Carolina.
What they rank?
Probably
205
something
in the country.
UNLV.
They got a team.
Bowling Green and Rutgers are the 4 games that he's going to miss.
Don't sleep on Rutgers though. They always have terrible Rutgers, but the other three,
they do.
The other 3 teams. Bowling Green.
Got a better chance of losing the bowling ball, dropping it on the
court. You know what I'm saying? Or Rocky and Bo Winkle.
I laughed too hard at that. Damn, I hate myself.
But here's a funny thing, because I'm looking at the report. They're not really upset about the actual violations. They're actually mad because he lied about it or was misleading to the NCAA investigators. That's what they're really punishing for. And like you said, Mel, if suspended, Harbaugh would not be allowed to participate in any team activities on game days, practices, and other preparations during the week. So pretty much the NCAA is saying, don't lie to us. You're in big trouble and can't be at the games.
That's the equivalent. That's the equivalent of telling me I'm gonna be in big trouble, and your parents say you're in trouble. We're gonna get you when you wait till you get home. You get home and get some ice cream.
Yeah. You can't eat dinner with us, but as soon as we're done with dinner, your plate will be there for you.
Right.
You can help cook the dinner. You can help shop for it. You can bring the groceries in. Right. You can clean up the table after. You just can't eat when we're at the table. What the? I would love to see.
You go the other way.
Right.
You know what I would love to see? I would love to see what the Big Ten would do when they find out that the government lied to us and we have aliens in custody.
Hey, all I know is if I see an alien, I'm capping his ass. I don't give a damn.
Dude, did you see Barstool Sports with KFC, the 1 Minute Man? They did a morning show today, and they were like, yo, let me ask you a question. You think we can eat them?
Oh, wow.
Like Americans or Earth, we eat everything. You know, we draw the line. If it's got 2 legs, we normally don't eat it, right? Like birds, like chicken and turkeys.
You got me confused.
Hey,
you said 2 legs. I was like, wait a minute.
I am not eating no alien, bro.
But like, think about it. Like, if
far as I go is
fry
ass.
shit from the ocean, if you look at this alien, you look at an alien and it got like tentacles and shit. You know there'll be some people.
No, I eat some
There'll be
ass.
some
But I won't eat no
cultures,
alien.
I'm not going to point them out. That'll say, yo, we should fry that shit up.
Hey, there gonna be some Bamas in Alabama. Aliens.
Oh yeah, there gonna be some people in Alabama with some aliens on the stick out here roasting them.
No, I never had no crawfish, but I had an alien leg.
Right.
I had shrimp gumbo and I had alien foot.
it all tastes like chicken.
Hey, hell no, bro. Hell no. I'm with Mel.
You call up the Asian restaurant. They'll be like, "Oh, hello, you want number 4? Pork fried alien?"
No, I do not want no motherfucking ET. I am good on that shit, bro. I'm good on that.
Hey
but
man, her alien toes is real tender.
nah, I'm good. I don't want no fucking alien, bro. But in other NCAA news, so Colorado University and Coach Prime announced that they will be leaving the Pac-12 next year, and they will
just
be
shut the Pac-12 down.
They will be rejoining the Big 12. Well, speak on it, Mel. Go ahead.
I mean, can we just shut the door on the Pac-12 and just lock it up, shut the door behind you? You know, who else you got left? Oregon's probably
Caleb
the biggest.
Williams. That's it.
Right. You got Oregon State, right?
Well, no. See, that's the thing, Nick.
No, wait a minute. Hold on.
Caleb Williams, this is the last year of him because
once Caleb Williams is gone, there's no point in the big or the Pac-12, 10, 8, 6, whatever the fuck they are now.
They're gonna be the Pac question mark.
Right.
Are we still open for operations?
They need to shut the Pac-12 down, bro. Just go ahead, shut it down.
I'm with you.
You know, give them a choice. Who's left? Say where y'all want to go. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go where y'all want to go. Here's your severance pay. See you later.
Because who are you going to get to replace those teams that leave?
Nobody. Who wants to go there? Who wants to go there? I mean, think about teams. Okay, think about the teams that's near there. Who wants to travel all the way to California as far as Washington State?
Yeah,
you got Washington State. You got Stanford. You got
who?
Stanford. Stanford.
Yes. Okay.
You got UCLA. Stanford. You got USC. You got Utah State.
Well, don't count. Let's not count USC and UCLA. They leaving.
Yeah, because they're leaving next year.
They're leaving next year. Is BYU in the Pac-12?
Arizona and Arizona State. That's
BYU is still independent in the football.
Okay, sorry, Matt. I was only thinking of the teams that mattered. My bad, bro. My bad.
I mean, there's no diss to Arizona.
I was just doing the coast. I was coming right down.
In football, no, but seriously, in football, especially Arizona State,
they're not.
Are they really worth having in your conference? I'm not making a dig at Matt.
Well, they're not good enough. They're not worthy enough and good enough and even talked about to even keep the Pac-12 open. If that's what you're asking, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's my point. You know what I'm saying? It's no dig, but if you look at it from a financial situation,
hey,
what
Oregon
outside of Oregon, that's all you have.
Oregon.
Oh, there you go. I forgot them.
Oregon and their Jersey teams are not big enough to hold the Pac-12. They're just saying,
but that's all you have.
I'm with you. I
mean, really, I think about from outside of a diehard college football fan. People are far hard pressed to name teams in the Pac-12.
Facts.
I consider myself a pretty knowledgeable sports fan.
Right.
I just figured Utah and Utah State were there.
Close enough, hell.
Utah is there. Now, Utah State is still. I think they're still.
I agree with you, Matt, and that's why I said outside. I was talking about football. Yeah, if you look at football,
yeah, they do. I mean, they got like championships in sports that don't matter, like volleyball and baseball. That's just,
I saw what you did there. I saw what you did.
you know, you caught it. You caught it.
but I mean, look, you right. But as in regards to the football program, which is the biggest moneymaker of all these universities,
yeah,
Pac-12 is at the bottom totem pole of your Power 5 conferences. It is.
It's SEC first, then Big Ten.
SEC first, then Big Ten, and then after that, it's a drop off.
It's a drop off.
It's a huge drop off, and it really and I got to speak on this because you look at in the Pac-12, and the reason why I agree with you, Mel, on why they should just go ahead and disband the Pac-12 for football purposes is because look at 2024. Not only are you losing your big moneymaker in USC, you're losing one of your other schools that you matter to you as well in UCLA. You're losing them to the Big Ten. All right. So you're losing them to the second best football conference in NCAA. Right. And say what you want about Coach Prime, you're also losing that aspect in what comes from him. Right. You're all losing that in 1 year.
Right.
USC, UCLA, and Coach Prime, you're losing all three effects of that. That's pretty much the last pieces of your conference. You're losing it all next year. Shut the doors on. Shut the doors on Pac-12 conference because, like I said, Oregon and their jersey schemes are not big enough to hold the rest of that conference up and make money still. You'll make money because obviously it's college football, but you're not touching Big Ten. You're not touching. You're not even going to come close to the SEC. You're not even going to come close. Shut it down.
But that's because your games are mostly 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
West or 10 o'clock East Coast time. I mean, occasionally you'll get the 8 o'clock game. They'll move it up to 5 o'clock West Coast to have that Oregon game at 8 o'clock. But
yeah, Nick, I hear you. But
college football to me is like a Saturday afternoon thing. It's not, and then you get those big nighttime games. But for the most part, that's the afternoon for me, man. That big SEC game at 3:30 on CBS, that takes the cake.
Yeah, I agree. But I'll say this though. When you see LA and mostly USC were good, you'll watch those late games. You'll watch them because it's good enough to draw you in. Now they're not as good as they used to be, and on top of that, outside those two teams, you have nothing else to watch. Well, what else you gonna watch? Don't get me wrong. I love college football, so I watch Backyard State against Basement U. I'll watch that. You know what I'm saying? Because I like college football.
Yeah.
But outside,
that's the shit you put on your resume.
Yes.
Backyard State.
I have a chemistry degree from Backyard State.
Whoa. Yeah, we gotta change the chemistry. Oh my.
Hey, what's up, man?
You also got a couple moving violations back there too, pal. No, Kai Soto.
Not familiar with the name.
Any relation to Juan Soto?
I know Soda Pop.
I don't.
But no,
that's dope that someone in the Philippines is watching us. That's really
cool.
Yeah.
That's so. Shout out to homie over there.
Right.
But it's
okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Now that's familiar. Yeah. Play summer league for the Orlando Magic. Yeah, he's doing his thing. But no, I mean, I just don't see any purpose of keeping the Pac-12 open for a football conference.
I don't either, bro. I just don't. I don't know too much about Kai Soto to really give thoughts on. Yeah, I mean, but you can go ahead and drop something. Let us know about him. But I really don't know much. I don't even follow summer league like that. That's just something bigly happen. I'll wait till the NBA season start before I watch it.
I watch a little bit of it.
And that ain't till January. There's too much stuff going on for me doing. We got baseball playoffs.
Yeah.
Football starts, college football. It's like overload.
No, I'm with you. But I mean, for summer league, I do I watch a little bit of it just to, keep an eye.
I watch it, but I don't watch it like that. Let me say that.
No, I'm with you. I'm almost the same way, just to make sure that can kind of keep a track on some of the young talent that's going to come in and blaze it up in the NBA.
Jordan Clarkson is Philip. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. That's learn something new every day. Something new every day.
But everyday average Negro.
But here's another tidbit, because I've been seeing this around. You know, with Colorado coming back to the Big 12, you see all these other people be like, "Oh, why don't you get the other leagues that used to be in the Big 12 come back, like Missouri and Nebraska?" And I looked at the people saying that, I'm like, you failed economic class. And the reason why I say that is because, you're looking at SEC and Big 10, number 1 and number 2 in football in getting money. As in, you can be a bottom feeding team like a Vanderbilt in the SEC and still make more money.
To make money.
Your top team in the Big 12. Why in the hell would Missouri and Nebraska leave their respective conferences in Big 10 and SEC to go back to Big 12?
Especially Nebraska hasn't been Nebraska in a long time.
No, and they're still making good money being a bottom feeding team.
That's what I'm saying. And so why would I leave somewhere where I'm not a big attraction like I used to be, but I'm still getting money where I'm at? Why would I leave that?
Bad economics.
To go to the Pac-12, and then the more pressure's on you to win, because now you the only thing they have. They draw.
Yeah.
Well, I can sit kind of in the shadows, so to speak, over here in the Big 10 and kind of slowly develop my team
money and get money
and still get money. That's dumb.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So whoever's saying that stuff on social media, stop. Go retake your economics class and then come holler at me. And then rephrase that question.
Right.
Because why the hell would I leave the SEC, which is a money making machine? Mm-hmm. Why would I leave the Big 10, which is the second money making machine in college football, to go to the Big 12, which quite honestly, those teams left the Big 12 because they weren't making that money that they're making now, being a bottom feeder in their respective conferences. Come on now, economics. You failed. I can tell you did. Let's move on to what we got. One quick topic in the NBA, and then we'll finish the probably the last 50 minutes of the show on some NFL talk.
All right.
Give me your thought process on Jaylen Brown getting the bag, man. 5 year, $304 million. Detroit Mel.
Hold on here, Nick Stalker. He's shaking his head. Why are you shaking your head, Nick?
Fucking $300 million, and you can't dribble lefty. Someone in our group said that the other day. It may have been Jamel Scroggins. I think he said that, so I gotta tip the hat to him on that one. But how many players can we list that are more deserving of the biggest contract in the NBA than Brown?
It'll go on for a minute.
A minute.
It'll go on for a minute. Yeah, it'll go on for a minute.
My toe will regrow by the time we're done, bro. My big toe will walk down the stairs that I fell down that led to losing it and say, "Hey, I'm here with some so I'm going to put myself back on for you, buddy."
That sounds like Jesus. Let there be toe.
Let my big toe grow.
Oh, Nick, I gotta send you.
Charlton Heston, let my people go.
I gotta send you the video, bro. So this is a side topic, but it made me think about this. I was watching a dang on YouTube video talking about all the fake evangelists and stuff. My man broke out with I seen midgets grow, bruh. I was in tears. He said, I seen midgets grow. I can't make this up. I was like, bruh, how the fuck you seen a midget grow?
Well, they grow a little bit, right? Like from birth, they grow a little bit.
No, he's saying, because you're talking about the miracles that he performed. You know, he made a leg grow. You know what I'm saying? He made a leg grow that was too short than the other one. And this motherfucker started running down the list, and he broke out, I seen midgets grow. I was like, hell to the no.
Hell no.
He said he made a leg grow?
First he said he made a leg grow. And then he said,
did he ever make a knee grow? That was so fucking corny, but it was meant to be. And Lamar gave me the perfect reaction for it. That's over the top corn, and Lamar had the perfect reaction for it.
Yo, I get it.
This motherfucker here.
Hey man,
Mark's reaction
that's,
made the corny joke worse.
oh Lord.
Oh, that was good.
It's been delightful that we've been that we made it for 264 episodes.
Hold on. I put the pause in there to be clear with it. There's a pause. It's the first time I've ever paused saying anything to be clear, to let the two words be known that they are separate.
Bruh,
And to all my brothers and sisters in the NAACP, we apologize to you sincerely.
Hey, Ben Crump, don't come after us. He didn't. He said no wrongdoings. All right, don't come
after
nothing
us. By it.
Hey, I'm gonna do this on my own. All right.
Well, Ben Crumps, he's occupied with Northwestern anyway, so you might be.
You can't expect nothing from a person who only got 9 toes.
No, they be tripping all the time.
But on some real shit though,
go ahead. Yeah,
I 100% feel what Nick is saying.
I lost myself.
The Nico part.
Sorry, no, not that part.
Okay, go ahead.
Not that part. I 100% feel what he's saying. Like, you can go on and on, the people that you say will be more deserving of the most richest contract in the NBA. I would not argue that. But I'm also looking at this from the actual, because the CBA and what's being allowed in payment scale for the NBA, it just going to be his turn. All right, for the Supermax, it just happened to be his turn. I don't like it no more than you. It is what it is. I'm not. Well, I'm just saying I'm not mad at his. I
ain't mad about him getting a bad, but can we just say this is one of those cases where what's the value of him to the team?
Well, that's what I'm getting at.
He's not even the best player on the team.
I agree.
He's not. But he's still valuable to that team.
Exactly.
He's not in that lineup. You do see some decline of Boston as a team.
Yes.
You do see it.
And that's exactly where I'm going with this is I think it's a smart move because he's just the first that's going to get an astronomical contract. It just happens to be him. There's going to be more that's going to top him. When Jason Tatum's turn, he's going to top Jaylen Brown on his own team. And then there's going to be somebody else eligible for Supermax. They're going to top Jason Tatum. There's somebody else. So to me, it's just the first domino to fall in this type of money that's going to be shelled out in the NBA. It just happened. It was his turn, his time. It is what it is. But I will say this: it's a smart move for Boston because look at the East compared to the West. You don't have a lot of hurdles in the East compared to you do in the West. There's not as many hurdles that's going to take you to getting to Eastern Conference Finals, let alone to the NBA Finals. Matter of fact, the Celtics have been in the Eastern Conference Finals with Tatum and Brown on a consistent basis the last few years.
Yeah.
And then not only that, they got a finals appearance. So you look at the nucleus on what makes that team is Brown, is Tatum. You got to lock them in because look at your
they're your two best players.
Oh yeah,
everybody else just fits in with you around them.
Yeah, and
I mean you can interchange. You can argue that you can interchange most of those players in and out outside those two.
Bingo, I agree. But look at the competition in the East. Okay, you worried about Giannis and the Bucks. You worried about
Giannis.
Well, yes, you're worried about Giannis. I see. I'm glad you corrected me.
Go ahead.
Glad you corrected me on that. You're worried about Giannis in what he does. So there's one team you got to worry about. You're worried about Embiid in Philly. Other than that, what are you really scared of in the East? Obviously, the Celtics have been running into the Heat for the last 2 years in the Eastern Conference Finals. Right. So wouldn't that be your direct competition? You know, because I think you can beat the Bucks. You've shown that. You can beat the Sixers. You've shown that. You're competing with the Heat. You've lost one and you won one in the Eastern Conference Finals. To me, that's your direct competition in the East. So it makes sense to sign him, lock him down. That's part of your core. Everything else you build around the team. We'll see what happens with this Porzingis trade that they did. But Tatum's up next. He'll get paid. So, and we also got to look at the fact that they're young. They're 25, 26 years old. And you've already got success in deep playoff runs with them. Now you got them for at least seeable 5 to 10 years. Right. Keep that window open. It keeps your window open, especially in the East. It's a smart move. I agree. So, I mean,
That's why you got to be careful when you keep your window open because thieves like Jaylen Brown will come in and rob your ass.
Or Negroes might come in.
I
yeah.
said Jaylen Brown. You interpret it however you want.
Don't
I throw the bait out there. I see you come in.
No, don't take it. Don't take it.
I'm smart. I remove myself and then I say it, so it's not on there.
I'd be like, let's see if he can bite on this one.
Hey, you better be careful.
I do have a funny line in my head, but I ain't gonna say it.
Next time you take yourself out and you try to say it on back, Mel's gonna put you back in. So don't even.
He's like, nigga.
I can't. Let's move on.
Let's move on.
This shit is about to really get off.
Can I do a small editorial right quick?
Go ahead.
So no. So I don't know if y'all saw this, and I know Nick probably didn't see like the WNBA, but with Quanah Williams, did you hear that story about her?
No. Inform us.
Who?
With Quanah, and I might be saying it wrong. You know these ghetto names. With Quanah Williams.
Oh, you mean the name she was born with? Richard
Yes.
Williams? All right, go ahead.
See, told you. But anyway, bruh, she's been charged with 9 counts of domestic violence. 9 counts, bruh. 3 felony counts of strangulation. 1 felony count of assault with a deadly weapon. 1 felony count of coercion. Bruh. 4 counts of misdemeanor domestic battery, and it's not even the first time. When she's with the LA Sparks, she was charged with the same thing.
Wait, hold on. Is she still on? She's still out in the streets?
Well, they finally banned her from the team, but yeah, she's still on the streets, bro. She out here Kareem hunting bitches.
Wait a minute.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I got hypocrisy, bro. Because if that's a man. He's in jail.
He's in jail.
He's
and this to her wife. So,
bro, I'm sorry. I gotta call out hypocrisy.
This
bro.
is crazy, bro.
If that was a man, he's
Yes.
in jail. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I don't care what nobody say. I mean,
I agree.
Whoa.
I agree, man.
We gotta think of we got to keep this shit.
Hey, but Brittany Griner did the same thing years ago.
I know. I remember. But what I'm saying is,
I guess the Russian thing kind of caught up to her.
That
was kind of like karma.
Hope Solo. Remember Hope Solo for the soccer team had her situation. Yeah. She was beating her boyfriend who played in the NFL.
Right.
Stevens, the tight end for Seattle or something like that.
Yeah.
But come on, we got to keep this a buck, bro. Like, we got to keep shit even. Like, we can't treat her different from any man that's doing, DV situations. Like, what are we doing?
Counts though?
They don't want any negative publicity about that league. They will hide everything, and
that's wild, bro.
When he first said she had 9 counts of assault, I thought she stepped on all my toes. But he was in the middle of his serious editorial, so I waited it out. But if you check the private chat, I did have a nice comment in there that is not airworthy. It's not airworthy though. That was a quote that popped.
Oh no, trust me, I read that to myself.
It's yeah, that's crazy, man.
Come on,
that's wild.
I gotta call hypocrisy on that one.
What up, Ed?
Hell yeah.
That's beyond.
I mean, y'all talk about y'all want equality and equal pay and all that stuff. So you go out and try to be like the NBA players and beat on people, but then you gotta accept the same consequences.
Yeah, that's just wild.
Well, you're under the same umbrella as the NBA because they fund you, right?
Right.
You should be under the same disciplinary action.
I agree.
But
they should, yeah.
I mean, I won't know what happens to her unless Mel tells me again in another editorial. I do like Mel's editorials, though. That's a good little segment.
I love it. But let's get to some NFL talk because we got a lot to talk about at NFL.
Yeah, we talked about that, but we'll probably bring it up again.
Yeah, we'll probably talk about it again, and thanks for joining the show. But
real quick update was Zach Taylor, the coach, said no Achilles. He didn't mention Achilles at all. He said calf, sprain. They'll find out the severity of it. Just to let you know, Quinnen Williams reacted the same way last year. Missed one game against the Lions. The only reason they beat us, but is that Quinnen was out. But he missed one game when it was supposed to be like 2 to 3 weeks. So he should be okay. Oh, come on, we got Quinnen Williams. That's a different game.
He should be all right. We'll like I said, we'll keep tabs on that if we get any more information in the last 45 minutes of the show. But this is where I want to start. Obviously, we've been talking about the running back market for forever. Saquon Barkley ends up signing pretty much a 1-year deal to keep him pretty much. I mean, Detroit Mel, did he just suck it up and just took what he could and just bite the bullet? Like after all that talk, then you pretty much sign for the
money they offered you originally.
Yeah, for the tag.
That's what they offered you before. So I'm like, what the fuck? That was just the most stupidest shit I've seen in my life.
I would
go on all these different shows, you on podcasts. You know what I'm saying? You out here was holding up signs on the street.
I would fire my agent, bro.
You know what I'm saying? On Twitter, all that. And you signed for the same money they offered you, bro? Where they do that at?
Well, he pretty much signed for
900,000 more. Yeah. No incentives, no playoff incentive.
Right.
I mean, you said on a podcast, and I quote Saquon, I could say fuck the Giants. I could say fuck the team. You said fuck yourself and fuck everyone I wasted my time going on a Zoom meeting with. What was the point of crying like a goddamn baby?
Right.
You know why he's so good at running back? He ain't got no backbone. He get through those goddamn holes like that. Lamar, he shimmy right through the hole because he ain't got no backbone.
Wait, hold on. What'd he do?
Make a fucking fuss like that.
No. What'd he do?
That's gonna be part of our intro. Breaking news: white boy shimmies. Go ahead, Nick.
I wanted to see the shimmy again. I was like, "What did he do? What?"
Oh, what are they doing? Looks like a screen pass out to Barkley. All right, let's break it down. This has nothing to do with the Giants. This is Barkley the person.
Yeah.
This is Barkley the man and the running back who was making a fuss. I mean, kudos to the Giants. You stood your fucking ground and got a deal that's amazing for you. And then, like, what did you do? Did you like, all right, we'll give you 500,000 more? And they were like, no, give us 900,000 more. They're like, all right, okay.
Yeah.
Giants went, okay. Like, I don't get it. What was the fuss? What was the crying? What was the bitching? What was the self-promotion? What was it all to barely get anything more?
Yeah. I'm with you.
You're one of the best running backs in the league.
I agree.
You're in your prime.
Right.
You're crying with other running backs that you're not getting your value, you're not getting your worth, that you're taking beatings for the position.
Mm-hmm.
And you 9% more than what your tag was?
Yeah, I
9.1% more. That's acceptable to you?
That was dumb as hell.
I don't get it. I get being a part of a team. I don't like holdouts. I'll admit that. I understand that aspect of it.
But once you start down that route, you start that path down that route, you can't you
gotta
continue walking down it. You gotta see it through. You can't just start down a route and be like, okay, seems about to start. I want to be a holdout, and then just accept anything they give you. That what was the purpose of saying anything?
Why did you cry?
Yeah.
Why did you cry to not make a difference? Your whole purpose, your whole agenda, your whole mantra was about making it better, not just for you, but all other players who play your position.
Now you made it worse.
Basically said this to the rest of the running backs in the NFL because there are a lot of guys who are not better than Saquon Barkley who now will only get 6, 7, or 8 million.
Right.
If that.
And you go get 15. All right, now guys are getting 10, 11, 12. You raise the value for your position.
Right.
You raise the water level for the running back room.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
he changed none of it.
That's bad business. I don't know why that was signed.
He changed nothing.
Here's the thing. There's no incentives.
Right.
And there's no tag clause. Normally, if somebody bites the bullet like this, they say, okay, we'll sign this deal as is, but you add to it from the team you can't tag me again next year. The Giants can do the same exact shit next year.
That's the big part of that whole situation.
That's the biggest part. This is the biggest.
Who is his agent?
Loss.
He needs to be fired. I don't care who his agent is. He needs to be fired because let's look at what was reported. All right, so we can only go by what was reported. They said they was throwing out 13, 14 a year. All right. Now, if he wants 16 around Chris McCaffrey, I can understand why he wants that. Because if you put him up mirror image, I get it. Why you want to be around Chris McCaffrey's and the guaranteed money. I get that.
Right.
I understand it. But that's not what they're offering you. If that's not what they're offering you, you got it. For me, whatever they offer you was probably going to be a lot better than what you just signed for. I bet you that. I bet you that it was going to be a lot better than what you asked for that 1 year. And I'm with Nick. You can't turn around and deal with the same. You're going to deal with the same shit next year. They're probably going to tag your ass again for shits and giggles just to piss you off even more.
There's going to be another podcast crying and complaining.
Why make the fuss, Lamar?
Yeah,
why make
that's the biggest point to me.
Give in so quickly. It's not like you gave in 7 days before the opener.
No,
you gave in before camp opened up with basically no budge.
Right.
Why make the public cry? Why make the public nuisance? Why go out there and say all this shit you said publicly to have no backbone?
I'll say this, Nick. It's because Saquon had one card to play and he didn't have the backbone to play it. And that was to sit out.
What do you do when you have no backbone? How do you move when you have no backbone, Lamar?
You show me, dog.
You ain't doing it. You ain't doing it. I was asking you.
I want you to do it.
I hurt my tailbone doing that. You got to give me a little bit. Just stare a little rough on the tushy.
Hey, Saquon realized that he had one card to play and he did not want to risk missing any pennies. He didn't want to risk losing value that would be
right.
What he would thought would be accrued for next year. All that shit would have gotten nixed out. He didn't have the backbone to play that one card. And honestly, if I was him, I would have went to as deep as I can to play that card because the Giants. I'm with you, Nick. They didn't hesitate to sign that contract. It was like, oh, go ahead.
That's it. This is what you want.
Let's go.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the movie Austin Powers when he's playing blackjack, and then the guy takes a hit. He's like, "I like to live dangerously," and then Austin Powers has a 2 and a 3, and he goes, "I'll stay. I too like to live dangerously." Like, what the fuck did you do? Right? It's like There's so much more room that you could have got.
Right.
I agree.
I'm shocked. Like I said, for a player in a day and era where players are publicly crying about what owners make compared to what players make, and you're at the top of your position, and you fold this soft, that's some weak ass shit. That's real. And like I said, if you get
but it's the principle.
We're not going to tag you again next year agreement. Okay, it's a 1-year deal. You break away with the Giants because they haven't given you what you wanted. You play the 1 year. Maybe you fake a fucking injury, and then you don't play the last 6-7 weeks, right? If they're out of it, and you worry about you at that point because the team didn't take care of you. We've seen other players do it, right?
Yeah. That's a different conversation.
So maybe you just fold up shop and say, you know what? Thank you for drafting me. Thank you for putting me in the league. But if you're not going to take care of me, I'm not putting my body out on the line for you anymore.
Right. So I want to speak to something, though. I think the narrative that, because I said this with Ant too, when you talk about, not that Ant, but other Ant, when you talk about the players and they talk about what the owners make and stuff like that, I don't see that as them whining and crying. I see that as a legitimate argument, because if you look at it from the standpoint of what they bring in and what the percentage of what the players get based on what they bring in, and they're the commodity that produces that, is a small percentage. And I think arguing that we should get more of that, I don't have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Because most of us, and I'm talking about us as a general, as a fan, we always thinking of our $30,000 or $40,000
job
mindset. You know what I'm saying? But if you think of it from comparison of where they at, I can't be smirching them because they went and played pro sports and they got a better paying job.
Yeah.
That's like me being mad at my doctor. You know what I'm saying? He went to school for years and got a better paying job.
Yeah.
He
worked it. He earned
it. He earned it.
But here's my only kickback now. I agree 100% with what you're saying. And having the players voicing their opinions about pay scale. Because if you feel like you outperform your contract, so be it, and you want more money. I will never argue that. Here's my thing, especially when it comes to the running backs and them as a whole, having the Zoom meeting, this and that.
I don't get to that, but yeah.
So here's my thing. Where's this energy when it matters? You got to have this when the CBA talks.
Yes.
Matter. Right. You can't bitch and moan right now when you can't change not a damn thing.
But here's the problem that you allowed it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You
allowed the NFL to put somebody in there who doesn't the PA, who does not represent you from a player perspective. He's from corporate, so he's gonna have a corporate mindset of how he makes these deals. First, if you have a player in there, he's gonna come with a player perspective. Right, he's gonna come with a player perspective and look at it from how I used to play this game. I understand what we need as players. I think that's where I fought the players at. I'm not allowed to install somebody from corporate in here because they, and I'm generalizing because, I'm not saying all corporate people, but in generalization, they're not going to have our best interest in mind because they don't understand it from a player perspective.
Facts.
Period. So if you negotiate these contracts, well, that's a good deal. It's a good deal to you because you think from a corporate perspective, but as a player, that ain't shit.
It's trash.
You know what I'm saying?
To me, it's a bad CBA deal for obviously now you look at it hindsight 2020 for the run. It's a bad CBA deal. But you got to have those conversations when it's time to negotiate CBA deal. You can't have it. You can't have this conversation after a CBA has been in place for a couple of years, been ratified, and you can't change it. And you're not going to change it no time soon because by the time the new CBA deal comes up to renegotiate it, your ass is out of the league. Trust.
Right. Correct.
So, like, I understand it, but I don't understand the timing of the griping and groaning of your pay scale.
Okay.
It's a bad time to do that.
Okay.
It's just a bad time to do it. That's all. But here's another caveat. So soon as Saquon got paid on the 1-year deal, they gave the left tackle big money. Big money.
Yeah,
Andrew Thomas gave him big money. Now I've seen it floating on the interwebs, and how you have all this money didn't want to pay Saquon. You know where I sit at? Hey, Giants did it smart. They took care of the problem with Saquon, and then now you're going on to other things that need to get paid. And guess what? And for those
better agent,
should have hired a better agent. Not only that, we got to look. As fans, I know we're all fans in the hindsight of things, and we may be podcasting, but as fans, when you love football, you actually let's be knowledgeable about how the game of football works.
Yes.
Football works from the inside out. And what I mean by that is it starts in the trenches. The trenches is the most important thing on the NFL field. And I'm willing to say that over more than the quarterback. And the reason why I say that is because you need your left tackle to protect for your quarterback. You need your left tackle to make the running holes for your running back that you just got a 1-year deal. So Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley, guess who they're both dependent on? Andrew Thomas and the rest of that other 4 guys that's on that front line. That's where the meat and potatoes is on a football team. So I had no problem with the Giants holding out money, and everybody knew they had money. Holding out, taking care of the Saquon situation, taking care of Daniel Jones. But make sure that when we put and invest in our money is to make sure we have the guys up front that can create everything else for Daniel Jones and create.
But on top of that too, Lamar too, you gotta look at it from perspective. He wasn't getting more than 16 anyway, because that's what the market is.
No, he wasn't.
I'm saying the best he could have gotten maybe is 14. That's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
So if you look at that and look what they paid the lineman, the lineman's still gonna make more money. So it didn't matter.
Yeah, it's just different because of the importance.
Because of where the market is, he's in a certain spot where that market is. I'm talking about Saquon. So to me, it's still a stupid argument because he was not going to get more than 16.
No,
I'm using that as because that's the market's set because it's a CMC.
Yeah,
that's why I'm using that number.
Yeah,
he wouldn't get more than that. So even in that vein, he was not going to get the lineman's going to make more anyway. So it's a stupid argument.
Hell, Chiefs just signed a guy that gets $20 million a year at right tackle.
Right.
That shows you the importance of certain positions in the game of NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think the running back market? Do I think the running back position is still important? Yes. Individual wise, they don't care about y'all. Right. Once you get paid. Mm-hmm. All right. Because there's too many teams that are doing running back by committee, and they have special running backs to do certain special things that they're asking them to do.
Right.
We said this. I mean, obviously we're beating a dead horse. Though that one single back playing 3 downs is done. Mm-hmm. It's very, very few teams doing it. Unfortunately, Giants, you're one of them. But you put yourself in that situation because you have that type of elite running back. You got that guy. He wants to be compensated for his eliteness. The only problem is he plays that position.
Yeah.
Problem. So I mean, left tackle, I had no issues with Andrew Thomas getting paid. It's the right thing. You built the trench. You build your team in the trenches, and you go outward. So I had no issues.
And it's a tackle. It's not a guard. It's a tackle.
No, it's a tackle. But still, guards get paid too. They get paid.
I'm just saying, but tackle is pretty. I mean, I'm saying that the guard's not important, but tackles are really important position.
Really important. I mean, they got a very important job that affects both the running back and the quarterback position.
Right.
So I had no issue with it. I know people, why didn't you give that money to Saquon? All right. Let's be honest. They take the emotions out of it. Look at how you're supposed to build your team in NFL. And if you can't win the trench war, don't even bother fucking showing up on
Did
Sunday.
You say trench war?
No, the trench war.
I just said trench war.
No, line of scrimmage. If you don't control the line of scrimmage.
I thought he said wench war.
Oh, both either or a trench whore, a wrench war.
If you don't control the line of scrimmage, you're not going to win more times than not.
Correct.
Forgive me, though. I don't speak Bible Belt.
But jump in here, big homie Nick Shine. I mean,
you don't play 4 left tackles a game. You play 4 running backs a game.
That's true too.
That's why.
Makes sense.
You can't block, you can't run, you can't block, you can't throw, you can't block, you can't catch, you can't block, you don't score, you can't block, you don't win.
Facts.
I say it for years. You're going to put the money. I would rather redraft a running. I would draft a running back every single season in the mid to late rounds, 5, 6, 7. I'll draft a running back every year, and I'll bring in an undrafted guy rather than put premium money into the running back position. That's my philosophy.
Yeah. And a lot of teams have one with it.
I'm going to put all my premium assets into the quarterback. I'm going to draft offensive linemen high. I'm going to draft 1 receiver high, and then I'm going to find guys who fit my scheme. I'm going to draft edge rushers, and I'm going to draft cornerbacks high. I'm not drafting safeties high. I'm not drafting linebackers high. I'm not drafting running backs high. I'm going to find guys who fit my scheme. Yeah. And go get a center in the 4th or 5th round because they don't go high either.
Facts.
Very rarely do you see a first-round center go. Very rarely, but you see many centers around the league. You got one?
To be very strange.
Yeah.
I thought you would pick up on my corny joke. Big damn.
It was too corny even for me, bro. I was even like, what is this motherfucker trying to do? Is this motherfucker trying to be me? If I could, I'd walk over and get my sunglasses and turn on my fog machine so I could be you.
This guy. Yeah. You killed my
I finally get serious and then you start joking around. The one time I'm serious on the show, he fucking starts busting jokes. This is why we all compliment each other very well. And Lamar and I both have a good time every time we go visit Mel in prison. I tried to get him. As soon as I saw the door go up, I tried to get him. I'm going to fry all his equipment one day. I can't do that anymore. That was intentional, and I apologize.
I know. You sit here. You almost got me, too. You almost got me, though.
I did. I saw it. Man, you are very impressive blowfish. Those fucking puff the fuck out, man.
Somebody else
you look like a black Stewie from Family Guy. Your whole fucking face shot out. I couldn't even see the headphones anymore. They disappeared.
You got my money, man? You got my money, man? You got my money? Huh?
Will Wheaton. Will Wheaton. Why are you saying it like that? Saying it like what?
For those who don't watch Family Guy, you better get up on it. Anyway. Somebody else got paid, and we're not surprised by this.
Nah.
Justin Herbert is now the richest paid quarterback in the league. So obviously Jalen Hurts reset the quarterback market, followed by Lamar Jackson, and then now Justin Herbert has now reset the quarterback market. Herbie Herb. Thoughts on Herbert getting that big deal, big homie Nick?
You look what this guy's done in the first 4 years. He's got the most yardage. He's got the most
touchdown passes, I think.
No, I think he's second to Marino.
Okay.
He's number one in like 4 of the categories for the first 4 years. And then he's either tied or in second for the other one. I think Marino got him for touchdown because Marino, don't forget, Marino dropped 48.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. A tweet came in about NFL news. Take that puff, put it on the camera off, come back, and there's amazingly smoke blowing around. We don't know where it came from.
It's a fog machine.
It's a fog machine.
That's all it is.
Are you okay, pal? What's wrong?
I'm phenomenal.
How are your lungs?
So, yeah, when you look at what Herbert's doing, but you look at the Chargers, man. Highest contract for a safety in Derwin James.
Yeah.
Highest contract for, up until Diggs, right? I think Jackson had the highest cornerback. You got the highest quarterback now, and there's one other one. It's not Bosa, is it? It's not,
no.
Bosa. It's another position. Oh, the center, Lindsey,
yeah.
The center, Lindsey. So they got 4 positions that they were highest paid position. I mean, you gotta be careful with that, man.
Yeah,
that's how you get stuck in mediocrity because you can't fill out the rest of your roster.
Facts. It's funny that you bring that up. I was actually surprised that they gave Derwin James that much money because again, the guy has literally only played 53% of all eligible games that he's been eligible to play.
And he was like coming off like an injury-plagued season, and they were like, "Fuck it, let's give you money."
Yeah.
And Derwin James left that meeting like, "All right, I'll take this." Yeah, all right, man.
To Nick's
not
point,
gonna hold me credible. I've spent more time on the sideline than Coach Staley, but all right, pay me, motherfucker.
to validate Nick's point, and I think that was a great point to bring up. Fact of the matter is, when you talk about mediocrity, and it's not Justin Herbert's fault, but it does speak to the team as a whole because, I mean, it's been injuries after injuries. I mean, you can't keep Keenan Allen and Mike Williams on the field, so you're relying on Herbert even more, and you're relying on Austin Eckler even more, who's been fighting to get more money. Like you've been giving out money to Derwin James, who's literally only played 53% of the snaps eligible to play for since he's been in the league. I mean, you've been throwing it everywhere else. All I'm saying is I'm glad. I'm all about players getting their money. Glad for him. Fact of the matter is that it still doesn't change the fact that you guys as a Chargers team still continue to underachieve year in and year out when all the experts love you and fall in love with you and are enamored with what you can possibly be. The only problem is we keep looking at the Chargers at what they possibly could be. We never get what you actually are. That's the problem. And that's with Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert, he lived up to the contract. I think he's earned it because he's been balling since he's been in the league. But if it's not equating to playoff appearances, you only got one. You have no playoff wins. You know, you're not having deep playoff runs. You just came off a very disappointing biggest lead in playoff history. You were up big on the Jaguars. Like it's things like that are just like, ugh, I don't know. I like you, but team wise, it's like we got to do better with how you're spending your money because y'all keep underachieving. I mean, call it what you want. I think the Chargers are probably one of the most underachieving teams in the NFL. Just my sense. Just my sense. What you think about it, Mel?
I agree, man. I think that the hell is that? I talked about it before. I think that he deserved the money he got.
Mm-hmm.
I don't find no fault in it. Does he have room to improve? Yes, he does. But can you say too that he had a lot of stuff going against him, a lot of injuries in receiver, some injuries in defense. We can talk about the Jaguar game because part of that was him too. However, I think that he's showing that he's an up and coming star, if not a star in this league.
True.
So I think that if you build around him, you can have success. What that success is, how far it would go, I don't know, because he's playing in a tough division, tough league.
Yeah.
But he will be competitive year in, year out, without a doubt, if you put pieces around him.
Yeah.
So
put you in the conversation.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, we can argue, that's too much money. The next year somebody else will get more. They probably won't deserve it.
Oh, there's a guy in Cincinnati that's about to change the whole market.
Yeah. Right.
And that's regardless of whatever the situation.
I mean, people argue about Daniel Jones getting a $40 million.
I mean, you can make an argument that.
I'm just saying, but is he worth it? No. Is he? But he's the best option that the Giants have at that time.
I don't know.
Who else gonna put on there?
I'm just saying the stats he put out last year.
Who's the Giants' backup quarterback?
The stats that Daniel Jones put out.
He just happens to be a starter.
Well, who's after? Let me say, who's the backup after the backup? Yeah,
I don't know.
See, that's my point.
I mean, the quarterback money is absurd. If you're starting quarterback in the NFL and you're going for a second contract, it's like you're just making ridiculous money. It's just the way the league is right now, and it's just there's going to be so many guys on this. I mean, let's be real. You're playing a game.
I agree with you too, Ed.
So there's that whole argument, right? But we'll take that away. But you get paid what you generate, and quarterbacks generate ratings. They generate revenue. They generate excitement for an organization. So people want to go and spend money and go to the games and buy the merchandise when they feel they have a winner at quarterback.
And Tyrod Taylor has the most unluckiest NFL career in the history of NFL.
Still there, even after he got the
bruh. still the most unluckiest NFL career. Matter of fact, Tyrod Taylor he's the franchise quarterback whisperer. If he starts before you and then you start, you are the franchise quarterback. He did it with Josh Allen. He did it. He did it in San Diego. Yeah,
he did it another place too. I'm forgetting where else he was. Like his lung collapsed, and they went to give him a shot, and they collapsed his lung, and that's what brought Herbert in.
Yeah, that's what brought Herbert in because he wasn't even supposed to play, and then next thing you know, they was like, "Oh, I guess we're riding with Herbert for the rest foreseeable future." And
was he Cleveland? He was Cleveland with Baker Mayfield. The Jets knocked him out on the Thursday night game, and then he came in for Baker.
Yep.
Well, maybe not franchise quarterback, so maybe that.
or what you presume to be your franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, if you skip Bayless, you think
it means first round guys finally get a chance. There we go. We changed it to fit.
There it is. But no, it is what it is. Hey, I keep trying to tell people, if you're not going to play soccer or basketball, go be a quarterback. You know the money's going to be there regardless of your talent. All you got to do is get one general manager and one owner to believe that you're the guy. That's it. That's all you got to do.
Just get drafted by the Raiders.
That too.
Take anybody. They take your Marcus Russell.
Speaking of, and I will definitely give Nick his time to speak on this subject.
Do we have to?
Well, I mean, it's important. And as he speaks of this shirt, good segue.
What's that shirt say?
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I think that was very smart.
I'm not sure, Matt.
And it was dumb at the same time what Aaron Rodgers did. He gives back $35 million.
I'm sorry, Matt. Flacco was there before Lamar.
Yeah.
He may have backed up Lamar at some point and got some starts, but it went from Flacco to Lamar. Sorry, Lamar. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
Cutting off the black guy.
Well, no, because I like what Aaron Rodgers did, but in the time that the NFL is making so much money, I ain't giving the franchise back no kind of discount. That's just me personally, but I understand what Aaron Rodgers did. And I'm speaking on this fact and only this fact only on why I think he gave back $35 million. He's made enough. He's made a lot of money in the NFL, but I'm also thinking that he did this for multiple reasons. If I get back to 35 million, I can still make my money, but I'm looking at the conference we play in.
Mhm.
I'm looking at the division we play in, and it's particularly this year, I'm looking at that very tough ass schedule we got. If I give the 35 million back, you can go get Dalvin Cook. Regardless, he's about to be a Jet. I don't care what nobody say. Dalvin Cook's about to be a Jet. So you add him.
Reported here 3 weeks ago. I said it on the show 3 weeks ago and got laughed at.
No, not by me. I thought you made
I'll probably
sense.
just laughing just to be laughing.
Yeah, probably so. But I thought you made sense. But I'm also looking at it from this point of view: is that Aaron Rodgers is looking at this is about to be my toughest task to do that I've ever had to do. Is playing a tough division in the AFC East, playing a tough conference in the AFC, and I need to make sure that I got the weaponry to compete with the top teams in the AFC. So I think Aaron Rodgers did this as a move to make sure he competes. It's smart. It's smart as hell. And commendable to a certain degree. The only thing is, me personally, I'm looking at all this money being made in the NFL. I ain't giving not a penny back. I ain't giving no discounts. I ain't giving shit back. That's just me. But
I mean,
Detroit Mel, go ahead and say your piece, and we'll let Big Nick.
I'm gonna keep it short because I know Nick gonna be long with it.
Damn right, bro. About time someone said that about me. Lamar, I got that joke out before you sipped that time.
No. I purposely put my coffee down before you finish anything that you was about to say, because I picked something up and you was yapping. I was like, nah, let me put this down.
No, it felt so good to hear about, man. 44 years I've been waiting to hear this shit.
I think as far as like Aaron Rodgers on his side, he's arguably now, especially as Brady's gone, he's the biggest face of the NFL. So with that comes money anyway.
Yeah.
So giving back 35 mil is nothing. He'll make that up. He'll make that up in endorsements. He'll make that up in a whole bunch of other stuff. Yeah,
he's in Wisconsin. You're making
right.
That
He's right. You in New York, so you put a billboard in Times Square with him up in it.
Yeah,
you know, it's so much stuff you can do and market around Aaron Rodgers, and he probably knows that 35 million is a drop in the bucket for him. He'll make that back up quickly. So if that's gonna give me give you some wiggle room to get more pieces in here or whatever we need,
you do it.
So be it.
Yeah.
You know, because look at it like this. If he wins another one with the Jets, it's, you know, people remember what you done lately, not what you did 10, 15 years ago.
2010.
And what's the?
I don't give a damn what
I'm just throwing it up. I'm saying, but there was a knock. Everybody always say, yeah, we get to the playoffs, he chokes. He only won one. That was a long time ago. He always say that about him. You know, when they go through the accolades, that's one thing they bring up. So he wins one with the Jets or more than one with the Jets. Now you're talking about greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying? Because what's the knock on Brady? They had to cheat to get it. You know, so you got that blemish on Brady's record. So, I mean, one thing that kind of helped him because he won one in Tampa, but in general, people still say, hey, he had to cheat to get it.
Yeah.
Rodgers passed the eye test over Brady.
Oh, yeah.
More athletic. He looks better throwing the ball. You know.
Skill-wise, I don't think they even compare.
Yeah,
honestly.
You know what I'm saying? So he wins one or two more. He's in the discussion for greatest of all time. He is now, I'm just saying, but he really elevates himself to that.
Agreed.
So, you know what I'm saying? That money is a drop in the bucket. Okay, I'm done. Go ahead, Nick.
You win with this team. And
all right, now what was you saying now?
He can't even say shit. Oh, that was good.
That was nice.
Go ahead, Nick.
We've been a doormat for the NFL. We've been a punchline for other teams to make fun of. You go and do the impossible with this team, that catapults you, right? Like,
right. I agree.
What sport? Let's use LeBron as a comparison. Someone who's been around 20 years.
Okay.
You think LeBron's giving $35 million back to the Lakers? No, right? LeBron ain't giving $35 million back.
Matter of fact, he just took 90.
I don't know.
He just took $92 million for 2 years a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
He took more. He ain't getting shit.
He ain't gonna go back to them and say, hey, you know what? $28 million a year is enough for me. I only want a 2-year, $56 million deal. Take 37 back. He ain't doing that.
No.
So it's mind-boggling in this day and era where everyone tries to maximize their value and everyone tries to get, aside from Saquon, everyone tries to get top dollar. that he gave that much money back. Yeah, he is wearing. I thought it was a Ron Mexico jersey. I brought that up earlier. So when I think it's really cool. As a fan, the fan base is excited. We heard for months that when he does finally restructure it, it'll be something team friendly. I don't think anybody had $35 million on their bingo card. Not a single one. And I am the most optimistic Jet fan there is. I get poked fun of it that I am, my channel is proud New York Jets fans. So the fact that I'm always looking at the bright side of things, even when it's bad, I wouldn't have even guessed $35 million. I would have said, maybe signing bonuses, lower the cap hit, keep the dollar amount the same, lengthen the contract, money's the same. But I don't even know who that is.
You don't know who Nolan Arenado? Yeah, just continue.
I thought it said Garcia Parra. I know.
No. I can't with y'all.
Nolan Ryan have a son down in Texas with a Mexican, and he did not take the name.
I will not take your last name.
So it's really cool, right, to see somebody of Rodgers' stature with Mahomes. They're the biggest two names, I believe, in the sport. And when you look at the quarterback position that Brady's gone, you put Rodgers from Wisconsin. He was megastar lightning rod for media in Green Bay, Wisconsin. What the fuck you think is going to happen now, right? And let's break it down, because Packers fans put an all-out assault against Jets fans on Twitter. He's not a team player. Wrong. He won't show up to OTAs. Wrong. He won't mentor Zach. Wrong. Excuse me. Everything they've been telling us is wrong. Maybe, just maybe, the Green Bay Packers, without your ownership, without a clear-cut owner, maybe the Green Bay Packers, the storied franchise with the storied stadium in the NFL, maybe the New York Jets are more competently run now than the Green Bay Packers. I never thought I'd be saying something like that, right?
Right.
The Johnsons, the owners, have backed the fuck off. They brought in Joe Douglas, who was credited as being the architect of the Eagles Super Bowl. He's come here. The first year with Gase, that draft, Becton, Mims, complete wash. The coaching staff had no vision of where they wanted to go with players. They had no plan to develop them, nothing. There's been 2 drafts with Coach Saleh, and now this year. We've gone from doormat, 4-12, Adam Gase, laughingstock, to a competent football organization. And now, 12 hours after Rodgers, the next story I'm sure you want to bring up, Lamar, is Dalvin Cook says, okay, I'm hopping on a plane now. I'm going to New York. Stories are contracts worked out. He's coming for a physical, get checked out, and
he's signing.
And could be. Yeah.
It's inevitable.
Yeah.
Because
it's smart. It's smart because now you eat a green ball back.
That's the reason why I stated when I first said it was smart by Rodgers to take that money and give it back, because and Mel brought up a great point. The marketing part, he'll make that money back in New York. That's no problem.
He stole that from me watching my Jet podcast last night at 6:00. He was in the car listening. I thank you for listening too, by the way. I appreciate you popping in.
Hey, but regardless,
other people don't support my show and pop in.
Okay, so I don't shout you out. All right.
Oh, I know. Fuck you. I did the side still. I did the side eye waiting for your response.
But
damn,
that's probably one of the biggest things that you brought up, Nick, that I think is getting lost in this. Giving Joe Douglas more cap room and the magician work that he does, that puts you in the conversation. That puts you in competition with the rest of these AFC teams. That's why, to me, that's the smartest move that Aaron Rodgers has probably ever done in his whole career was give back this $35 million. Is because
You want to hear some crazy shit?
What's up?
You're
You about to speak?
I wish your sunglasses were off. They're probably your eyes are probably the color of your jersey and hat, so we won't be able to see much. I'm sure. Aaron Rodgers has a lower cap hit than Zach Wilson this season.
Wow,
that's crazy.
How about that? I mean, the contract isn't signed yet. It's agreed to in terms. The moment it may be signed today, but once it's signed, 4 days later, Rodgers gets a $35 million signing bonus. His cap hit this year is $8,888,888.
That's peanuts.
Oh, wow.
Coincidence that it's his fucking number?
That's peanuts, bro.
So
for a talent of Aaron Rodgers' caliber, that's peanuts.
Breaking news.
More
University
breaking news.
Colorado Board of Regents voted unanimously to leave the Pac-12, so it's official.
Yeah, we knew that was happening.
It was just a matter of time, but I didn't know that needed to happen on top of it. But the board voted yes.
Formalities.
To answer Anthony's question, I don't know how they're going to not get past the wild card when they're going to be the 1 seed, and you automatically get past the wild card round. So that's.
If it was to happen, yes, that you would be correct, sir. You would be correct. And it's a possibility. You can't rule out anything this year.
And I'll be honest with you. I'm telling you right now, when we play one another, I believe that will be the tiebreaker for who gets the 1 seed in the AFC. I really, honestly, truly do. And I'm not saying that as a Jet fan. I'm saying that when you give Aaron Rodgers a top 5 defense, he won a Super Bowl. Yeah. The only time he's had a top 10 defense, they won a fucking Super Bowl. And I think the defense that we have now, with the D-line that we're throwing out there and the guys on the back are better than any Packer D. The Charles Woodson year was amazing. That was the year they won it. But, you had Clay Matthews, Charles Woodson, right? And who else? You had the 1 D tackle, the shorter, stout guy.
No, Matthews.
Matthews was the pass rusher. Clay Matthews.
Yeah, Clay Matthews.
They had the D lineman.
No, BJ Raji. D tackle.
Who was the other one?
You had AJ Hawk at linebacker. Yeah. You had Charles Woodson at safety. Sam Shields
at tackle, like number 72, 76. I'm gonna pull it up.
But look, regardless, it was a big move for Rodgers and the Jets. It makes so much sense. But let's move to this last topic of the show. So Sean Payton, man, has some real dirt to throw on your OC out there, Big Nick. Threw some real dirt on your boy Nathaniel Hackett. Said some. He pretty much said, don't put it all on Russell Wilson. It's probably the worst coaching job I've ever seen in the history of the NFL. I'll say this.
I like it.
Well, Sean wasn't wrong. It was a bad coaching job from Nathaniel Hackett. It was terrible. So it wasn't all Russell Wilson. My point is why say this and why say this out publicly? What does it serve for you? I just don't understand.
It helps them in a way, helps the team in a way, because like you sticking up for your quarterback, sticking up for your team, and giving Russell some confidence.
Yeah, but
you in his corner.
But to me that's shitting on bro code. Like, to me, it got to be a coach's code that you don't shit on each other in public.
Man, you don't know what they
Sean Payton's a piece of shit. Let's not act like and excuse me, I'm sorry.
No, but
let's not act like Sean Payton is like the epitome of high morality. He was the fucking head of Bounty Gate.
Right.
So let's not act like just
have
because
you seen that
the guy
motherfucker in
had
a suit
Brees carry his ass. You had one of the greatest passers of all time and only won 1 fucking Super Bowl. So you might be highly fucking overrated. I said you should have went to San Diego or Los Angeles and got your agent to fucking contact the Chargers and be like, you know what? I'll sign up with Herbert for the next 10 years.
I don't trust nobody that can't look left or right. And it's always looking like this.
Yeah, man. It's to shoot shots at the Jets, and he made he's uneducated.
He shoot at the Jets, or did he shoot it at?
He shot at the Jets because then he also made a comment.
I didn't see it. That's what I'm asking. I didn't see it.
No.
I've heard about it, but I didn't see
made a comment about them trying to put themselves out there on Hard Knocks, trying to win the offseason. We'll see how it comes out. Most teams usually don't like do well when they do that. Lamar, are you looking up the exact quote or no?
Yeah, I'm trying to find out his exact quote.
I'm summarizing, but that's like the gist of it. But what this fucking idiot doesn't know is that the Jets were refusing Hard Knocks. The league made them take it.
Mm-hmm.
So the Jets did not want Hard Knocks. They're not trying to put themselves out there. What this piece of shit human being is trying to do is trying to win back the quarterback that he picked and show I have confidence in you, but I think I'm over my head. But I'm gonna try to win you in the locker room over and hope for lightning in a bottle.
Right.
But why would you talk shit about a team that just beat your team last year with Zach Wilson at quarterback? Lost Breece Hall and Elijah Vera Tucker, our top 2 offensive players, in that game. This team is coming back to your building the week 5. What coach? I mean, this is like Pop Warner coach trying to relive his fucking youth and pop shit off. Like, and I love Robert Saleh. He had the greatest fucking response. You ain't got haters if you ain't popping. You're not talking about the Raiders. You don't have the balls to talk about the Chargers and the Chiefs in your own division. So you take a shot at somebody you think is down. Motherfucker, you about to get rolled when we come in.
Week 5 is going to be an interesting, juicy matchup, and CBS and Fox are going to fight to get that game. They're going to fight to get that game.
I can't wait to see the fucking Jets players mouthing off to him on the sideline.
Oh, it's going to get
Something goes off by the sideline.
Oh, hey, matter of fact, let's take the over-under at how many skirmishes we're going to get during that game.
I want one.
Oh, no.
I want the baddest fucking coach in the NFL going there and crushing his fucking hand with a handshake. I want Saleh breaking his fucking hand like in Superman when they think the kryptonite worked, but Superman reversed it.
All right.
Remember with fucking Zod? He starts fucking crumbling. That's what I want to see.
All right, so
smoke a bond with fucking 16-year-olds again.
Yeah, I saw that clip. I did see that clip.
Jets fans are lighting this motherfucker up, man. They're finding Jets fans on Twitter are the most entertaining group. They will dig up anything instantaneously. It's wild.
So he says one of the worst coaching jobs in the history of the NFL. 20 dirty hands around quarterback Russell Wilson's career worst season that included just 16 touchdown passes and a league high 55 sacks. Everything I heard about last season, where we are doing the opposite. It doesn't happen often where an NFL team or organization gets embarrassed. And that happened here. Part of it was their own fault relative to spending so much fucking time trying to win the offseason, the PR, the pomp and circumstances, marching people around and all this stuff. We're not doing any of that. The Jets did that this year. You watch Hard Knocks, all of it. I can see it coming. Remember when former Washington owner Dan Snyder put the dream team together? I was at the Giants in 2000. I was a young coach. I thought, how are we going to compete with them? Deion Sanders is there now. That team won 8 games or whatever. So listen, just put the work in. That's pretty much what he's saying and summing it all together. You guys can definitely do your own and dig up your own research on the full comments. But like I said, what's the point? I get what you're saying, Mel, to show, hey, we're behind our guy, Russell Wilson and all that. You can still do that. You don't have to put that on anything in a USA Today interview. You don't have to put that on air or in publication to get that message across to your team. You can do that. I just don't understand.
I'll say this, and this is going by what I hear out there. They say that Sean Payton's very calculating.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe there's a calculated reason why he's doing it. And
he's not a dumb.
That we just don't see. Okay. Outside of the Russell Wilson angle, maybe there's another calculated reason why he's doing it that we just don't see. Far as me personally, that's something I wouldn't take a direct shot at you like that. I just want to tell it to your face. If it's something if we had like a disagreement or something like that. Now, I would stand up for my quarterback and this motherfucker. I'll stand up for my quarterback and say, I don't think it was all Russell Wilson's fault. You know, it might have been part of some of the scheming. You know, you say generalized stuff where you're not really throwing direct shots, but you're still sticking up for your quarterback. I think that's the way I would have handled it.
Yeah.
But, you know, maybe, like I said, maybe it's something we just don't see.
Well, it's got to be something. I'm baffled that, you know, maybe.
Why poke the bear?
Well,
you got to play him.
Right? It's childish.
You know you got to play him. I can
You've been
see.
head coach long enough to know not to fucking. You don't do this shit to a team that you're playing. For
And
no
not only
reason
that,
in
you're
July.
not playing.
Is that hard on for them?
You're not playing a team that's down. You know what I'm saying? Where you feel that confidence, well, we could beat them. They the old jet. You know what I'm saying? Then maybe I can see you saying. I still think it's wrong because you know any team in the NFL could beat any team,
any given Sunday.
But I'm saying in general,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got a team that's up and coming. They just got a superstar quarterback. They got defense. They got pieces there that can. Some people saying go to Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Some people saying that. You know what I'm saying? Why would you do it? I don't know.
Stupid. I know weed is legal out in Denver, bro, but calm the fuck down, man. You got a job to do.
Hey,
I don't get it. It doesn't make sense, right? Like you weren't asked about them. You voluntarily shot shit.
Yeah, you voluntarily gave this out. Like
you do this shit behind closed doors with your staff. You do it in bed with your wife. You know, you do it in the locker room in front of the team when cameras aren't there.
And if she lonely,
it makes no sense. It can only end badly, right?
Yes.
I missed what you said. I'm sorry. I was in my anger rant.
Go ahead. Do your thing, man.
It doesn't make sense. Like you don't see professional coaches do this. You see inexperienced idiots do shit like this. You see me do shit like this. Yes. I pop off at the mouth because that's what we do.
Hold on. Don't start off with I and say we.
No, I said we don't see people do this. We don't see coaches do this. I do this shit. We don't see head coaches do this stuff.
Yeah.
I'll slow down because I know you struggle with the English language, brother. I apologize. I was getting a little.
Oh, wow. Is that racist or what?
No, that's just an idiot joke.
Speak Ebonics?
We got idiots in every race. How is that a racial joke? I'm speaking about everyone.
That Negro talk?
I'm not. I do not. I am going to write you a very strongly worded email, sir.
I can't.
Lamar's the same race as you. He's not an idiot. He's just an asshole. That doesn't mean you're an asshole. You're just an idiot.
2 shades darker than me.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Look, man.
I'm sorry, Lamar.
Hey, how many times I got to tell you, yellow boys bruise easily as
I'm just saying, man. When them red eyes, you like a shadow on fire.
I don't know whether to laugh or not. I'm confused.
Don't laugh.
Don't laugh. Don't laugh.
Do not laugh at that bullshit, Nick. Do not laugh at that bullshit. Just keep me out the situation. Don't add me.
Let's put a pretty little bow on this.
All right, let's go ahead.
Oh, goodness.
I think it's a really bad move by a veteran head coach in the NFL. He said something. Hey, you said it. I do not agree. I do not agree with this statement.
This
would be the pinned comment of the
Anthony,
day.
do not put words in my mouth.
He said, "I got." Oh, God,
he started the comment. But all right.
No, go ahead, Nick. Go ahead. Let's wrap this thing up. Let's get out of here.
Say that February is my favorite month. And,
he said, "R.I.P. Angelou."
This is like Bush League rookie, drunken high school coach type of shit.
Right.
You don't do this, right? Like you don't. It doesn't make sense for an NFL coach to do this in this day and era. I love the way my coach responded. That's my coach.
Right.
This guy always says and does the right thing. He will address it with his team. You will not see him giving other people bulletin board material. He keeps his calm. He keeps his composure because you know what I think? My opinion, mark it down. Sometimes I take a bold opinion. It hits. Sometimes I take one and it misses, but I'm going to take another one right here.
Okay.
I think that Sean Payton thinks he might be in over his head with this job and with this quarterback, and he's going to try every desperate tactic there is to try to light a match under his team's ass because he doesn't think there's one there right now.
Okay.
But when your team played like it played last year, and your offensive line blocked as poorly as it blocked last year,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to have one of the top defensive lines coming in to your stadium, good luck, dude. Good luck. Jets by 1 million. Jets by 1 million.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be having that game circled on the calendar. It's week 5.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, I'm with you on this one, Nick. I never have seen a coach deliberately give bulletin board material, and so early in the season, like it's training camp.
You didn't have a fucking full practice yet, and you're
gonna have the Jets stewing about this all the way up to week 5. Every player, the coaches, it's going to be a vibe in that room, and then you'll feel it. It's going to get bigger and bigger the closer you get to week 5. When after week 4 is done, the energy in that building is going to be amplified through the fucking roof because they already got it circled. They see you're coming up, and bro, come on, man.
Sunday night is the Chiefs game on Sunday Night Football. Now, fast forward a little bit, after we defeat you, we go over and the players of the game get interviewed by the Sunday Night Football staff.
Oh, they're already ready.
They can't wait to ask this fucking question.
Hey, you're right. Talking about Bart Scott, can't wait. Oh, you're gonna be hearing that all week, that whole week. Can't wait. They're gonna be amped to another level for that game against the Broncos.
Let me address this real quick.
All right.
You're the racist, Matt, because you took the extra day in February for you. You won't even share it with them. Matt trying to make the extra day in February about him.
It's time
That's
to go.
racist. Why don't we attack Matt?
It's time to go.
You guys are talking all holidays.
I gotta unstar that comment.
Hey guys, thank you for joining us. It's been a great 264 episodes. It's been wonderful. And we're still here. Sports Network on YouTube, I.O.W Sports Network on Instagram and Facebook, I.O.W Sports 1 on Twitter, and of course, you can follow all of our content separately.
Right.
No Name Podcast for the Detroit Lions. Wildcard Chief is coming back. Tap in with a big homie Nick Shine, proud New York Jets fans. For all you Jets heads out there, hey, tune in with us. Tap in with us.
Hey, shout out too. Thanks for all the new subs we've been getting. We appreciate y'all subscribing and everything. And shout out to Nick, man. You know, I watch his podcast occasionally. You know, it's a pretty good show on how he's growing. He's out there grinding. So shout out to Nick. Lamar need to get back on his grind so we can get the Chiefs thing going. But
I shot up almost 50 subs in 3 days.
That's good.
Me and my buddy Jeremy, we started doing this post-training camp press conference wrap-up show. And the second the Jets press conference ends with the head coach, we go live. And we've hashtagged it good. And then we're getting a lot of new people popping in. Like I said, some of them are from Jeremy's channel, but starting tomorrow exclusively, we'll be on Proud New York Jets fans. So we talk other football. We talk other stuff too. We'll cover the Jets stuff early. And then any other news that comes in, obviously, you know, I'll bring up. And it's worked out well. I mean, I'm fucking home. I'm disabled right now. So what else I got to do in the middle of the day?
There you go. That's where you wrap it up.
I enjoy talking football. It's good for my mental health. Let me do that shit, man. Instead of just sitting there
stop talking football.
Tap in with us, y'all. Tap in with us.
Bitch. I see you.
All our content. Proud New York Jets Main Podcast, Wildcard Chief, I.O.W Sports. Man, we grinding over here. So
yeah, and shout out. Hope the Jets win this Super Bowl so this motherfucker have a heart attack.
Oh, I'm not living. I'm not. Call me. Infection will take me, and I will not make it. I will not make it to the Super Bowl. And I'm telling everyone right now, money line with Nick Shine right now. If you hear that I passed, you empty out the bank account and you bet everything on the Jets to win the Super Bowl. If I drop dead tomorrow, you empty the account and you put it on the Jets to win it. I've said for years that the moment I die, they're going to win the next Super Bowl.
Empty it out. Well, damn, I hope you live for at least another 35
minutes.
Hey, man.
Peace.
Shut it down. We out.